welcome to another episode of Cafecito Crew Gaming. Miguel here as always, and tonight we have Maddie
Hello.
and our lovely couple Gio and Ari.
It's
Oh
the
my
beauty,
god!
I'm the beast. On, baby. Maddie's
Nah.
Maddie's Halloween. She has a pumpkin just glowing next to her.
I'm spooky.
I have to look at the stream.
It's
This way.
Oh,
Friends.
it's which way?
Should I go
I
this
don't
way
know.
or?
Look, I'm covering
Is
both
it
my-
not this way? The corner?
Touch me. Someone touch me. Exactly.
Woohoo!
Or do I just like do we just like JoJo pose?
Imagine someone else's hand comes into the frame and just like.
My stand. All eyes on me, Eru.
Well, we do have a lot to talk about. Oh my god, that was so good. There was a lot of stuff. Well, where do you want to begin? Because I mean, there was Overwatch, that was cool.
Yeah, same game you play on the system already. Woo.
Oh yeah. Oh okay, we're skipping the first 2 minutes. Okay, good. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll say something really quick about Overwatch though. It's like make cross-network play, and then okay.
Yeah.
After that, yeah. And Ari was telling me too that not all the versions are uniform, and characters are missing from one version. Don't do that, Blizzard. Just go to hell.
Characters and balances I remember being like that. I don't know if they've ever caught up, but I remember Xbox 360 was behind, not 360, one, because my cousin has it. I remember that being behind, etc., etc. Continue.
Yeah. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna let you drive that, Gio, because that's your boy. That's your boy Luigi. Mama Luigi.
Green Mario.
I'm gonna be forced to play it because you're gonna get it.
I know that that's probably gonna be one that I buy like really early on. That's perfect. This is a nice spooky touch.
I'm just glad it's not this month. This month is too
stop.
loaded.
Stop. You're not coming out, honey.
Ooh,
Again.
problemo. Am I? You can hear me though? Oh, okay.
Yes, I think so.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I gotta wait.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can hear me now because now I'm seeing that my mic is being picked up.
Okay.
Cool. So I guess we're doing that
Continue,
whole
I'll
segment
go
all
like
over again.
that.
No, I'm kidding. We're just restarting that segment,
Yeah, we just restarted Luigi's Mansion. That's fine.
right?
Good
No,
thing
I'm just,
we got
no, no,
you at the
no.
beginning.
It was a joke. It was a joke. But
No,
really,
I
it's not a
wasn't-
joke.
I'm sorry, I didn't know how to be like, please stop.
okay.
I didn't know
I'm
how.
gonna start right from like the. I guess we should start right at the beginning
Yeah.
with Luigis Mansion 3.
Okay.
Okay.
It looked good. It looked good. It come out,
It look
come out
really
after
good.
This rush, which is nice. Honestly, it really is nice that they didn't pile on all this crap in September because September's too busy, way too busy. So yeah, I'll buy me enough time. I probably will pick it up too.
No, this game, like just overall, like I got really impressed right when it gets to like the sand texture, like when they're showing off like the Egyptian level, and it gets he slams like two ghosts into the sand. The sand makes the indentation, but the particles just like, oh, it's eye candy. It's gorgeous, and honestly, like, it's definitely a step up from Dark Moon. Like, I feel like Dark Moon was great, but it was too short of a game, and it was like baby mode. This looks like it's gonna be a full-fledged, Luigi's Mansion, just like GameCube. I'm just really hyped for it. I'm really, really excited for it.
And that 8-player mode?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That 8-player mode looks insane. I want to be Gooigi.
Same. We could be on the same team.
Team Goo.
Team Goo. If I'm looking at the trailer correctly, they're introducing this new thing called like Screen Park, which is the game mode that we were just talking about. But it mainly looks like a right. It's like a 4v4, and it's like a capture the most ghosts type of deal.
That's what it looked like. I was just seeing it too. It looks. I know that like I want to be the pink Luigi. That's all I know.
Wait,
I saw him and I'm like, that's my boy.
Luigi or Gooigi?
The
Pink
pink
Gooigi.
Gooigi. Yeah, I'm just,
Gooigi.
yeah, and from what it looks like they're gonna have a lot more. It looks like modes of play, so it almost looks like a Mario Party mini game style in a screenplay, which I'm excited for. Yeah. Just really, really excited. Anything else anybody else has to say before we move on?
Those like that minute and a half was like action packed for a Luigi's Mansion announcement.
Yeah, and think about it this way. They had mentioned that each floor was going to be a unique design, and that was just like one room.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm happy. I'm happy though, because it looks like it's gonna be a complete game. Not like
I like that they don't show too much because I want to be surprised when it does come out. So I like that they got us excited in just that like minute and a half.
The thing is that like you gotta remember the other trailer that they had earlier this year was like more like they went down like this is kind of what the story's gonna be. Here are a few features. This is how Luigi works. So like this trailer, they could just go, here are all like the actual gameplay features and kind of an idea of what each floor in this like Hotel Transylvania is gonna be. So I don't know. It looks cute, but I've never been like a Luigi's Mansion person. I've never been a Mario person. That's like my issue. I've just never really.
Nah. I got you to fall in love with Odyssey. I'm gonna make you fall in love with Luigi.
Yeah, Odyssey was like the first one that I was like, wow, it's so cool. I like it. Oh, it's cute. Before that, I was like, I don't really care about the Marios.
Yeah.
Sunshine and Odyssey are definitely my favorite.
Oh, 100%. Like, yeah, this just all really good. It's just all really good.
Good stuff.
Moving onwards here, they have this like new free to start Kirby Nintendo Switch craziness.
So you get to pick a class. You just like hack and slash. It's like it feels like an endless boss run sort of.
It's the Final Fantasy Monster Hunter if it was, actually good, because that's what it's gonna be. It's like you're gonna be a swordsman, a tank, a mage, probably a healer, and then just fight these bosses, which Kirby's weird. They keep like trying to put him in all these different like things, and I feel like this is just another iteration of like we had this idea, shove Kirby onto it. And I'm like,
Well, I think one thing with Kirby is that, or like the appeal, is that because he's such a glutton, his powers are pretty much endless because his powers become whatever he absorbs. So like I feel like he does fit the like he's able to do things like this where he's able to be put into like different. I don't think that's a negative.
It's not. It's just I feel like also this could have been maybe DLC that they packed into a game that Kirby owners already had versus like a separate thing, and maybe made it a little bit cheaper because I think it's coming out like $29.99 or something like that.
Well, I think they mentioned that like the first couple of levels are going to be free. I think that's what they meant by like the whole free to start. But
yeah, like the full version appears to be $29. I'm gonna try to confirm that.
That is kind of pricey.
yeah, like when Gio saw it and he said free to start, he was like, oh, it's free to play, and I'm like, no, free to start. That means you're probably gonna be able to get a few levels, they're gonna really restrict what you can get as loot, and then you're gonna have to pay eventually at one point. Cause free to play, whenever it has like the gotcha systems, they just say it's free to play, and then they'll show you like the roulette wheel.
Yeah.
You got a garbage tier weapon. Congrats.
No, it also just seems like every level is just, hey, here's a boss. Try to figure out the boss's like weaknesses and beat it.
That's
So
like the thing of. Oh, go.
It feels like a 2D Monster Hunter, but everybody's
But, like,
Kirby.
But that's like the thing that, like, I guess this is what I'm trying to say earlier, and it's because you said it and I remembered. I keep jumping in. I'm so sorry. I'm jumping in over everybody. I'm too hyper. Kirby has always been kind of an easy game. Not the easiest, but an easy game. So when you come out and you're like, here's Kirby Boss Rush, where you have to think and plan what classes you take, I'm like, is that really viable? Or can everybody just be a mage and spam Fireball and everything's gonna die? Because that's what I feel like it's gonna be, is everybody's gonna pick the mage and be like, Meteor Strike, Meteor Strike, Meteor Strike.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully they limit it like one roll.
we'll just have to see.
I mean, I'm not gonna
We'll have
lie.
to see.
Like, it still kind of looks like fun.
It does.
I would play it
And
with you.
honestly, sorry, it's just like the information I got that from was from a Reddit post talking about the game. So I'll refrain from confirming that because on the website it just says free. So I'll download it tonight just to see how it looks and feels. But the last free-to-play title was it Super Dr. Mario, the Dr. Mario game on the iOS,
Oh yeah.
and that was a super big letdown, honestly. So I'm kind of like tentative on their free-to-play stuff just from like the recent letdown.
No, and not only that, the next one that's coming out is that Mario Kart Racing, which I've heard a lot of mixed things, mostly negative though, from like people who got to beta test that Mario Kart game. So I'm not.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
think it's
that
called
game
Mario
is.
Kart World Tour.
yeah.
Sorry.
But I've definitely heard that one's like very gacha heavy. Like it's very pay to win.
Ugh, I'm not surprised. That's what the apps turn into nowadays.
You know what's never been play to win, or pay to win? Trials of Mana.
What a transition.
Let Migs steamroll this real quick, because I only have negative things to say.
I don't know, like it's kind of hard to feel or be upset when they show that transition from like 16-bit to like full-fledged modern graphics, and then the combat system actually looks like the closest thing to like something that I really loved in oh god, it's one of the Ace Team games. It had Chopin in it, the musician. What was it called again?
Oh,
Eternal Sonata.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it felt like this combat system actually looks pretty close to that, and they also play off the light and dark mechanics, where instead of you like being in the shadows like you were in Eternal Sonata, you have like the whole, you can like force your character towards a light or dark arc, and that would affect their attacks and how things look. I think that's pretty cool. I don't know.
I'm fine with that. I just think overall the graphics look pretty cheap. Like it looks like on a cheaper end type of thing. Everything has this weird shine. I'm gonna be honest, this is personal taste. The designs for the characters don't really gel with me, but I think it's a remake. It was a different time. This was like the hotness. Like these kinds of designs were the thing. But whenever I see like I'm a lady and I have like half my titties about to fall out, I'm like, eh. Or hey, I wear my weaponized bathing suit, my weaponized one piece, if you will, and I'm
Wait,
like,
time out. You don't like battle bikinis?
no, I don't. I really
Those have the
don't.
best stats.
I know, and I see you on this, but
Come
I
on,
hate it.
you have to equip the thong of justice.
Exactly.
The thong of justice.
And it's not just the girls, like the boys too. I'm like looking at them, I'm like, why are you all so ugly? But I know that's like personal thing.
I mean, I still feel like, I mean, it went from like a 2D to a 3D game, and I feel like this looks really polished. I feel like it looks really good. This kind of reminds me a little bit of like Dragon Quest, to be honest with you.
No, not at all.
I haven't played the older version before, but I feel like the turn-based combat like attracts me, and like I feel like I'm so naive. Like I'm just like, oh wow, light and dark, you could change their outfits. I was just so excited about that I didn't even notice the battle bikinis or anything.
Yeah,
I-
don't know.
Bato
I didn't see it either.
Bakini-kun.
I didn't notice till like that like queen ladies like if I die, you know what happens to Jessica, and she comes out and it's just like massive tits, and I'm like
God.
okay.
I mean, how else are we supposed to get through the boring cutscenes? Anyway, you know what doesn't have boring cutscenes? That's right. A small town with a big secret.
Oh my god.
That was a terrible transition.
I mean, yeah, that was pretty bad. But Little Town Hero. So this is the other game that Game Freak was working on, and it's it's got music from the creator of
Toby
very good
Fox-kun.
game. Yeah. So Toby Fox is making music. I'm done. I'm sold.
Yeah, seriously.
I did not know that, but I'm already sold just from that.
When I hear another hopes and dreams in there, I'm prepared to cry.
I mean, there is
Another
sorry,
Oh.
there is a turn-based system in this, but essentially, it almost plays like a board game that we played recently, where I think it was Vampire, where whenever you get into combat, you had to pick 2 cards, and you were kind of like paper rock scissoring against the Dracula. And this kind of has like the same concept where you're choosing 2 attacks with the amount of power that you have, and you're hoping to break through the opponent's block or opponent's counter attack. So that part of it kind of like caught my attention, where you can literally improvise your attack. And I know that that's a word that they used in the trailer,
Right.
but like it has a bunch of items, and then it has a bunch of actions with the item. So it had like smash and throw and block, and then it had a bunch of items that he could use to do those actions. I thought that was pretty cool.
You can just throw an egg at the enemy.
I also
Yeah, right?
thought that
Salmonella.
depending on when like you move across the map, you can use the different areas to your advantage as well. Like there's a moment in the trailer where he like moves across the map, crosses the river, and goes to like this old knight, and the old knight is like helping him fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's kind of cool. It's like another little like extra layer of strategy.
Yeah, that there seems to be a little bit. There's a little bit of strategy and just a little bit of straight up RPG. So I kind of want to see more. I kind of hope they like drop like a demo at least, so we can see how the trailer or how the battle mechanics are. I'm just like watching it. I'm intrigued by like everything. By
I'm not gonna lie, it looks so cute. I already know that it's gonna steal my heart and soul.
the music helps though. The music helps a lot. To have that little plug by Toby Fox, that's great.
That just sealed the deal that it's gonna be wholesome.
Yeah. You know what else is wholesome? more characters for Smash.
Are you okay?
Than that,
Guess what the
having
release date
characters
is?
drop today.
Guess what the release date is? Today. What? Today. What? Today.
And
Okay, we get it.
I know we're not
Banjo
gonna,
Kazooie comes out today. We get it.
I know we're not gonna cover the 25 minutes of them covering Banjo, but just looking at some of those movesets, like the grenade kind of coming out of his butt's hilarious. The fact that he has like only 5 charges for his special is interesting, and adds a lot of like dynamic to strategy per stock. His recovery is broken. They're gonna probably have to fix that because he essentially has a sonic spring that launches him
Yeah.
on top of his double jump, on top of his super, so he could technically spring, jump, super back to the stage. No, that's too broken. Please, no.
Meanwhile, King K. Rule's fat alligator butt is over here flying on a baby helicopter.
I'm coming home. I'm coming.
Oh, and that special is pretty much kind of like it just penetrates through most attacks. I know the counter for it's grabbing, but you gotta have like really perfect timing on that, honestly.
Yeah, the window's probably really tight.
And
But Terry Bogard.
yes, I'm really excited. I've only played one King of Fighters, and it was 2006. And I like Terry, And it's so stupid that this made me so happy because I'm not like a huge fan, but I'm just like, it's fucking Terry Bogard.
But it was the announcement itself. It was the best announcement they've had so far.
When Geese falls off the fucking tower, I was like, that's how he died. I remember. Like idiot. God damn it.
Just so much going on.
I
Even-
love it.
It was Yuri, right? Missing at the end too. I thought he was gonna get it.
It was, yeah, is it Yuri? I forget if it's Yuri or someone else. I have to look at the names. I think it is Yuri.
He got it. He reached for it. He starts like kind of half crying, doing his taunt thing. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Also,
Yeah.
also just gonna plug this in here. This also made me more excited for King of Fighters for Girls, the dating sim game that they're making for some reason.
They announced it a while ago, right?
Yeah, and I'm still like here, like, where's the information? Where's the information?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be the first one to play it, and I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna make a stream out of it. It's gonna be terrible.
I mean, I will say, I think the other little announcement for Smash that was kind of cool was the fact that, like, even after the Fighters Pack is over, they're gonna include more DLC characters.
Yeah.
Which,
I feel like they have to.
Well,
I'm-
it's gonna live on forever. This game's never gonna end. Sakurai is going to be 60 years old and still making characters in this game.
I mean, it was kind of like expected because when they released this first pass, I'm like, oh, Season Pass 1, and then the big thing's gonna be Season Pass 2. Wink.
Well, the good thing is they announced it before the final character dropped for this pack, so it's just like just a little bit more to look forward to before there's like a dry spell, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And Terry's coming out in November. That's pretty soon. That's so soon.
Love, I'm so excited.
They do a good job of spacing out like the releases on these characters. But there's other stuff they announced too for Smash, and that all the stuff.
There's too
All
much.
stuff.
We
Did
can't do a Smash stream.
Did they talk about all that right in the middle? No, right? They skipped over and they started talking about Link's Awakening,
Right.
Yeah.
which is cute, but I mean it is a remake, so we're kind of like trying to look at the fresher stuff. Dragon Quest, I don't know if you want to talk about for a quick second.
I mean,
The
just to quickly before you jump in, just a quick little like mention of Link's Awakening. I do like the little addition of the other Nintendo characters. Like in the trailer, you can kind of see they included King K. Rool, Kirby. There's like a Mario level, and they added the fact that like now you can also build your own dungeons and share them with friends. I don't like the fact that they're attached to amiibos, but it's still kind of cool that you can build your own Legend of Zelda dungeons as a little, addition to the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I saw that they were with the amiibos, I was like, ah, of course.
Yeah, I know. They gotta find a way to attach it back to the amiibos, right?
They're trying to beat that dead horse for a little bit more coins. They're trying to get all the coins out of that horse.
Now,
You know what's
as you
funny?
were saying,
So Dragon Quest, the first one, super good. I'm still only in the middle because I'm kind of trying to keep it on the down low. I'm trying to see if maybe I can stream it after Neo because it really deserves it. It's fantastic. If you haven't picked it up, maybe pick up the Switch version. I know that the graphics downgrade can be kind of a thing for some people, but the game is incredible. The characters are great. The fact that they literally announced, there will be more character stories almost made me want to buy it again. That's how nice these characters are. That's how attached you get to them. It's fantastic. Great game. 10 out of 10. Really deserves to be like more in more people's like eyesight, I guess.
That's another thing that Eternal Sonata did. They came out with a remaster that had 2 new characters. Sorry, I just had to mention that.
It's not that it has new characters, it's that the characters that already exist are gaining more stories, which is interesting because I love all the
Oh.
characters in that game. So you're
Okay.
just getting more like fun hijinks, basically.
No, that is good.
okay, can someone explain to me what this Tokyo Mirage shit is? Because like this looks.
Well, first of all, it's important. Before anything else, it's important because it's a port of a Wii U game over to the Switch, which, to my knowledge, is very rare. Like, it's what, Mario Kart, and that's about it.
Even Mario Kart was like a Mario Kart Deluxe. Like it was like here's more stuff added a little bit.
So they need to keep doing that because I need my Wonderful 101 on the Switch. But that's all I have
Okay.
to say.
So
I
this
would
game,
love and Beautiful Joe as well.
okay. So this game is a cross between Shinigami Tensei, aka like Persona and Fire Emblem. Not so much Fire Emblem, it's more of a Persona game. It's more of a like 4.5 where like you could see the building blocks for 5 coming in this game. All of your like spirits, instead of having tons and tons of different ghosts like in a regular Persona game, you just have the one, which is Chrom, and then your other party members have other famous characters. Like I know one girl has I always forget her name, it starts with a C. Some other girl, like they have a whole bunch of different ones, mostly characters from Awakening. And outside of that, it's pretty important too because it's kind of like a big deal. It's a crossover. You don't really see that much these days, so I'm super excited. It also has dumb singing and dancing. Who could ask for more? Go, Maddie. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was waiting. I like to hear what you say too. I feel like that's one game that I've been like excited to play because it was like the same situation kind of with you. I feel like it came out right after I sold my Wii U, and I was like, no, I would have played this. And I'm glad that I'm getting that opportunity because I love like Persona and those other like Shin Megami Tensei games, and I love Fire Emblem. So that's a mashup that I always wanted.
The other character was Kata.
Yeah, Kata, she's like from one of the really early Fire Emblems. Like I know that there's like this weird mix of like, there are some old characters, but a lot of them were from Awakening, and that was because it was coming off like the heels of Awakening and the success of that. And now they're kind of having new characters, which I don't doubt will probably either have like Fate spirits, like from people from Fates, or they're going to have possibly people from Three Houses, but I think that's too new for that game. Like I think that's a little too soon. You know what I mean?
That's like a DLC pipe dream.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, I just don't know.
I was waiting for you to add something. Okay.
No. I was just looking at like the title screen. I'm like,
I kind of got lost.
Yeah,
Watching
it's just not my cup of tea.
I got lost watching ahead on Divinity because I'm actually like I'm happy that these type of like high quality games are coming to the Switch. Witcher 3 shows up later on this direct, and it's just another confirmation of like the impossible's happening.
Yeah.
This game isn't like graphically intensive, but like it still looks like it's working well on the Switch. Or rather, it is graphically intensive, sorry. And the fact that there's Steam cross save, that's good. That's strong. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the fact that you
Another
can just like pick up the game that you've been playing for quite some time on Steam and just like pick up right where you left off, take it with you on the go.
Yeah, that's great.
The other
That's
thing
a
I wanted
huge
to mention
feature.
was like I when I was looking at it, I've played a good chunk of the game. I haven't beaten it, but I've played a good chunk of Divinity 2, and it looked like there were new things kind of added into it, maybe new scenarios or new story missions or something. That's what it kind of looked like to me, unless that just all happens in that last act that I haven't played. So that's also exciting. I wonder what that's all about, but we'll just have to see.
And the one theme I noticed from this was like there was a lot of collaborations going on, and they weren't over pronouncing it. Like the whole thing with Bethesda talking about Doom. Now, literally, pretty much every Doom is on the console, and that's cool because honestly, they probably wouldn't be first-person shooters without Doom and the success that it had back in the day. And so, it's important to have these experiences on here. It was a good game on the 64. I remember playing it quite a bit. So it's kind of cool just to have that option, you know. I don't think it's better than
I still
your
remember
Doom,
this game
but
from my childhood. Like this was like my first, apart from like GoldenEye, it was like my first shooter.
yeah.
And this
The
game
only
was
thing
amazing.
I feel like Bethesda's trying to like hit our nostalgia button a little too often because they have like 4 different Dooms on the console, and the only one really worth playing now is the modern one. It's like let's make something new, but it's okay. I mean, I get there's a lot of like kids out there that weren't born in our era, and like they have to be exposed to that stuff.
I mean,
even though it's rated for mature.
I still feel like, I mean, this was like, for me, it was my first Doom game, And it was like the first one to like introduce the series. I think it did a fantastic job. Like,
Mhm.
and if
Yeah,
I'm not
they-
mistaken, I think this is like the first time that it's being like re-released.
Yeah, it's the first ever re-release of it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a huge deal.
The other thing too is like it's kind of like a part of gaming history. I think you touched upon this a little bit earlier, which I think every once in a while it's important to go back to games like this to see like how how the landscape has changed, but also two to see like how revolutionary something was for its time. That's really important, especially like if you're thinking about going into that industry. At least to me, that's the way that I personally feel. So, throwing that out the little.
No, for
Diggity.
sure.
What do you guys think of the new high-res Rogue Company?
Man, I'm bated breath on this one because I'll be honest, Paladins died a long time ago for me after some really bad patches. I was a Saris main. I was number one on Xbox servers for a couple of weeks as Saris. So that was the level of dedication I had to the game, and some updates happened and it just got weird, and I just never came back to it because that's it. You know, I guess when it's free to play, there's also the problem that they have as a developer is that it's really easy to get into because it's free, but it's also like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it was free, fuck it. That's I don't know. I have that mentality about
It's-
free to play games where it's like it's really easy to also put down
Mm-hmm.
and just
And-
walk away.
And Hi-Rez, like, I played a lot of Smite, and Smite's kind of like the same way, where, like, they have a lot of funky things going on, and now they're kind of falling into the trap that League of Legends falls into, which is, like, we release a whole bunch of champions, but we're not fixing fundamental issues, and it's a little weird and janky, and you're just kind of like, eh. So then you put
Yeah, I
it
mean-
down for a couple months, and you don't come back to it.
I'm not gonna lie, like it has like all the things for what seems to be a great game. I just feel like it depends on like what level of support high res gives it. That's gonna make it go to the next level. Because
I'll
like
be
if they
honest.
just
Sorry
ahead.
to interrupt, but this looks weak. This looks like they're trying to maybe monetize off of the success of something like Rainbow Six Siege. A little bit. The characters look fairly similar. Like all the females are the same body type. They just got different hair, different hair and different outfits, but they're all the same physique, size, and everything. It looks very uniform, very. That's my other thing. It's like, I mean, the game could play great, but it's got to be kind of like attractive. It's not attractive to me. Sorry.
no. I'm actually looking more into gameplay than I am like character design. Like the gameplay looks fun, and from what I can tell, it kind of looks a little bit of like an Overwatch, but with like objectives instead of, you know, just King of the Hill and making my thing go all the way to the end and touching the goal.
Well, it looks more like you're going to be playing with a group of 4 people against AI, because all the like people they were going against look the same. So
You're
either
AI.
that's like, I am AI. I'm about that level of difficulty in all these shooting games. I stand perfectly still as a sniper and get headshot, and I'm
It's
like,
like-
how did that happen?
Boop, boop.
Unless I'm playing Junkrat and I just go feral and jump on the enemy team constantly. Unless I play a character like that. Oh, don't roll your eyes. You knew this was coming. I'm the Pharaoh main here. I should have been the druid in D&D. We all know
Junkrat
this.
was my first main. I can confirm, very feral.
Yes, exactly. You play him, you instantly get rabies, and you're like, well, it's gotta go crazy, I guess. And then when you put down the controller, it goes away, and you're like, ah, okay.
I'm back now.
I'm fine.
I feel attacked.
You should.
Better block with my sword and shield.
Oh!
Oh, you like that?
Transitions. Boy. So, I'm gonna be the unpopular one here, maybe.
No.
But I was watching this and I was like, all right, this looks kind of cool. And then they started talking about the camp. And they focused on the camp really hard, and I was just like, okay, I started tuning out. I was like, if you got time to animate 100 something recipes of ramen or curry or whatever, then you had enough time to animate my damn Pokemons. Hashtag catch 'em all.
I'm not
For
gonna lie.
me,
Go ahead.
for me, it's this weird thing because like it starts off and they're like you can customize your trainer, and I'm like, you mean the thing that we could do in like all the other games since not Sun and Moon, since X and Y, and they're like you can put up makeup, and I'm like X and Y, and then they're like here's the camp, and at first I'm like this is cute, it's kind of like the Pokemon Me like equivalent, but for the Switch, but also I'm like it's Pokemon Me, you don't really care about it outside of like, oh this is my favorite Pokemon, I want to give him a head pat, and that's it. And then after that, you walk out and you're like, whatever.
I
And
mean,
then the curry thing.
I don't.
Oh, go.
Just to quickly touch base on like the whole customization thing, I feel like
Yeah.
where they kind of like failed in terms of like the comparison was that like it's not that it's a new concept. It's just it's building off of the already existing content that was already there. Like the only things that you can customize in X and Y was if you were a female, your purse, your headpiece, the dress that you're wearing, and then like your shoes. And then if you were a guy, it was your backpack, your hat, your shirt, your pants, your shoes. And
To interrupt, go. Let me let you finish and then I'll interrupt you.
I was gonna say like, so to be able to like now customize socks, gloves, belts, you can change your eye color halfway through the game. You can add makeup, like hairstyle, like the little additions is nice, but I feel like they try to sell it like if it was something new, when it should have been like we're just adding on to an already existing feature. I actually really like this.
None of it's new though, because you could change your hair, you could change your eye color. Now, was it limited? Yes, 100%. I think like you had the choice between like brown, blue, green, and like one other color. But that was it. The hairstyle.
You had brown,
but
orange, blue, and gray, and that's about it.
But
yeah,
guys,
but you did have those options. Oh, go.
guys, could you put your heart into your curry though?
No,
Oh,
no, I
stop,
can't.
Stop.
Could you
Stop.
could you fan the flames of your curry cooking?
No. And let Maddie go, because she hasn't had a chance. We all talk too much.
I'm like, honestly, I don't know if like I'm just like a sucker for character customization, but I actually got really excited for the character customization part because I've never really been able to like make a Pokemon trainer that looks like me. Like, and I'm like, okay, I feel like now it's actually gonna look like me because I like, even though they like, it's a lot of just little add-ons. Like, I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I saw like a pink brown color in there. Like, there's like more options, and I saw a little girl with pink hair running around. So I'm like, yes, my trainer will look like me.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like during these like Pokemon games, I prefer to play as like the female like protagonist, and I like being able to customize my character. And in the past games, it felt very limiting. This one feels and it looks like there's a variety of different options.
That
Like-
store looks slick as hell.
Yeah,
that
like
they
a
walked
very
into.
robust selection.
But that's great and all, but to me it feels like they're trying to sell you on these new features, and you sit there and you go, customization isn't new, stop trying to act like it's new. It's been here forever. But at the same time, hearing Maddie get excited and be like, I can make a trainer that looks like me, I'm like, oh, that warms my heart, that makes my Kokoro beat. Like, it's cute. And
My
it's like,
small
I get what you're saying too, honey, where it's like, you know, it did feel very limiting because it was, and it was like, here's a few outfits, here's a few hairstyles, etc. But the curry thing, to touch base on what Mig says, is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I know that we've had it in other Pokemon games. It's the same as making the little blocks that they eat, the weird
puffins?
macaroons,
The smoothies.
the smoothies.
How dare you compare curry to puffins?
Terrible. The new Pokemon for me, the little teapot's cute, but that bird though, that bird is me. I love him. I'm gonna catch like 20 of them. I love that bird.
The
The
burb.
bird. Go, and I'm done. Now my rant is done. Everybody go. I'm sorry. Be quiet.
It's literally choking on a fish and it uses it as a missile.
Exactly. That's what makes it so good.
That
I
is
love
pretty
that
cool.
fish.
But I just keep
It's-
going back to the, okay, Maddie, you're gonna be able to create your character. It's gonna look exactly like you, and for the first time ever, you're not gonna be able to catch them all.
This is true.
This is not a worthy trade-off to me.
Curry was the trade-off though.
I will look at
Peppa
generic
Walk.
brown-haired boy.
When they
Peppa
said over
Walk.
100 types of curry, I was like, they really replaced the other Pokemon files with sausage curry
Right,
and dry
exactly.
pasta curry.
Who the fuck wants a Charizard when you can have sausage curry?
Charizard
Toast.
sausage.
Oh,
That's where the other 100 Pokemon went into the curry.
Into the sausage.
wow.
No.
This just got so dark.
No, it
so
didn't.
Quick.
They did this. They released
the
a
truth.
teacup. They released a teacup Pokemon. They go, you can even drink its tea. Hello, I don't want to drink my Pokemon's piss.
Oh, time
Hello.
out.
Soylent green
Not
Pokemon
everyone can
is
drink its
Pokemon.
tea. Only those who are close to it. You're
I
like,
don't want this.
you made this? I made this.
Game Freak, take it back. I don't want it. Put it back in the oven. It's not done yet.
Now
So-
open up.
Soylent green is Pokemon. It's Pokemon. Oh man.
Look at this
So-
like bitch smack with the fish.
I know it's great. Look at
It's
this.
great. That missile
He's so
is
derpy.
great.
Bitch. And then the fucking Machop died.
Oh yeah, I literally just saw that Machamp getting owned.
Yeah, he like
Machop got
died.
fish slapped. Fish slap. He doesn't take crap. Anyway. You know what else is fishy? The fact that Nintendo hasn't really done a lot with their online offerings, but that changed today. They offer SNES classics now.
I'm
And some
actually
of
really
them-
excited for
It's
this.
very good. Yeah, they got F-Zero, Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Star Fox,
Kirby
Stunt Race
Pinball.
MX. Yeah, Kirby Pinball. I mean, there actually is a whole list in the direct.
Do they have
So-
Earthbound?
No, because they're
No.
remaking Earthbound in HD, girl.
But
They need to prep me.
They need to prep me.
there's Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Metroid, Link to the Past. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Breath of Fire.
They're like, please buy the controller.
The controller
Please.
looks nice though. I'm
It does.
hype
And you
about
know what?
that.
I'm not gonna lie too. When I first saw the controller, I was like, look, if this shit's $30, if this shit's like $60,
60.
like
Cash
no
grab.
way.
But it
Yeah,
was
exactly.
30.
But it's
30
just the
isn't
fact
bad.
that it was 30. I think 30's fair.
30's fair. I just wish it had enough functionality to be a full-fledged regular Switch controller, like a replacement to the Pro.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool. I can play this for my SNES classics and my SNES classics, but or maybe even for like Tetris, which they announced right after that, like some add-ons to that game. But I wanted a little bit more flexibility from it. But for $30, I can't really complain. I was kind of hoping, like when I was watching that, I was like, okay, this has a USB-C, it's gonna be $60, and I saw 30, I was like, oh,
Yeah, I did the
Oh.
same thing.
all
No,
right.
but the other thing that I kind of thought of too was like, well, I'm already paying the $20 per year, right? They're gonna give me these free games that I can play. It's kind of nice that I'm like, well, if I want to play them and have like the nostalgia value, I can spend the extra $30, have this controller, and then any additional game that would come out on that virtual console, it's gonna be awesome.
This also kind of makes for a weird situation for NES and SNES Classic owners, because they do have the controllers and they still can't really plug them in to their
Right.
Switch.
Mhm.
So I was kind of hoping they maybe could announce an adapter in the future, at least for those people, because after all, they did buy your product. Make it more flexible. It's a little ask, I think. We're asking for a $20 adapter. I'm sure they'll be okay with that, actually.
I would rather buy that because I have the little controllers.
But think about
Yeah.
it this way: it's a $20 adapter versus a $10 more expensive controller.
Yeah, but now I have 5 controllers, and only one of them I can use with my Switch.
Hey, whoa, hey, come on. Nostalgia. Nostalgia. Nostalgia.
Oh, nostalgia. Speaking of Tetris, so so they actually did a lot of cool things. They added themes and stuff. I just wanted to point that out. That they added one thing that pissed me off. So there's a mode that you can only access if you've won a round online. Being somebody that's been like head to head 5 times online, and am feeling like I'm seemingly facing a robot at that point because the game, one of my games went like 12 minutes once I got head to head. I just couldn't break the opponent. I'm just gonna call the opponent because I can't even assume that that was a freaking human being. Let's change that. Maybe if you place top 5 a dozen times or something, you get access to this mode. Like, don't wall off something because like honestly, winning a game of Tetris online is like one of the
It's
hardest
actually
things
really
ever.
hard. Yeah.
It's against 100 people, and most of the time you get knocked out early. And when you have those deep runs, they should count for something. And like, I don't know. I feel like I'm the master of top 15 runs, so maybe this is why I'm asking for it to be like a more lenient rule, but still. They did add themes and stuff, which is something that I remember from the DS Tetrises, which is pretty cool. So as you're playing, you're like watching Mario go through stage 1-1, for example. There's like pretty cool things. But yeah, that's all I had for Tetris.
No, I mean they added a couple of other things with the Tetris thing too. They added this like mode where you can only play with like the best of the best people. I don't know if that's like the if you
no,
want
that's the
online
one.
mode.
That's the one if you
Oh,
want
gotcha,
if you want
gotcha.
online, yeah.
And in
Called
addition,
Tetris
now you can
Online
also
and
play
Tetris.
you can play 2 people on screen. You can play 8-player local co-op,
Yeah.
which that's kind of cool. I prefer to play with like 8 of my closest friends than some random jack off online.
Some random robot, you mean? I still feel like they're robots, man. Somebody's created some like Tetris playing robot.
They're trying to. They're like, I must perfect my AI. Tetris.
Yeah. I think it's
I made
also
a
kind of
robot
nice.
with a teeth spin.
I think it's also kind of nice that they have this like bundle now too. That it's like Tetris with all the updates and like 12 months.
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. But I think Tetris was already free, so it was always something where if you had it, the thing is, I think this is like an actual physical copy of the game.
Right.
So that's cool. Because I kind of want a physical copy of Tetris. I don't know why. But just like I feel like it deserves ownership.
Just to have it.
Despite me being frustrated about my result online, like it's been a game I probably put my top 3 games on the Switch are really weird. It's gonna be Breath of the Wild like everyone else, but after that it's like Into the Breach and Tetris 99. So
I'm
I
just
have
curious
put
to
too
see
much
what they're
time
gonna
into this.
charge that little bundle though, because Tetris was free, and it's like $20 a year for Nintendo. I want to say Live or Nintendo Online.
Yeah, they didn't put a price on it, so I'm assuming it's just the price of the year.
I don't know because wouldn't they be wasting money
If it's a
making
physical.
cartridges? Yeah.
Maybe
don't
like
know.
25 or 30.
If it was like $10 more, that would be fair.
I feel like that'd be fair.
I would have probably said $5. Like a $25 bundle, you get a physical copy of Tetris and a year,
Yeah, you
and
know
maybe
what's
like an
usually-
exclusive theme or something.
You know what's usually unfair though? Paying for yearly iterations of sports games, and
Oh, you
so when you hear about the new Olympics coming out, it's like, oh well, here we go again. But they've done so much to this that this seems like it's like a proper party game. And then they did the thing where they did the classic graphics, so where it's like 8-bit and you're watching Bowser do like a 720 spin in the air, but he's
Yeah.
just like flipping over himself into the water. It's hilarious.
yeah.
But they
like,
have so many sports events. They have volleyball, soccer, and they actually called it football. I appreciated that. They had rugby.
yeah.
Bowser playing rugby seems unfair, but hey, it's a thing.
I'm not gonna lie, like I was one of the early adopters of this game. Like I'm not sure about you guys, but like one of my not first consoles, but one of like the consoles that I thoroughly enjoyed like a lot was Wii. And Mario and Sonic was one of the games that I bought for this thing, and I was like really disappointed when I initially got it because it only had like 8 game modes, like 12 characters, like 6 from Mario, 6 from Sonic. And now this looks like a really robust like list. It's got like a ton of games. It's got a ton of characters. And now with this new like retro like mode, it has freaking rock climbing for God's sake. Like
It seems like
I
it
feel
has
like it
more
would be a fun
games
party.
than like Mario Party had. Because I like the thing I felt from Mario Party, this recent one was just like where are all the mini games? Like compared to like 3 and 4, like that had like half. So this feels like
Yeah.
it kind of took the approach of quantity, and hopefully that means quality too, because they
thing is-
put the heart into it.
The thing is too is that like they're using it's based off of real world events, so it's a little bit easier than having to come up with a bunch of like mini games. And you have to remember too, a lot of Mario Party mini games like they brought back the best ones like game after game after game after game, and I kind of filled it out more. And when you heard like 500 mini games, you're like, oh man, but like 200 of them were from like a past game or something, or 300.
Hmm.
Not saying that like it didn't have a lot, like it had so many mini games, because it really didn't. But I think
It
that's
just
the
lacked the
advantage you
variance.
have.
Yeah.
Huh?
It lacked variance. I
Variance.
guess.
No, but I feel like also too, to like Mix's point, like if I'm remembering correctly, like Mario Party 3 and Mario Party 2 had like 120, 130 some games, like mini games in it, and this new one only had 80.
Mhm.
No, I know, but what I'm trying to say is like the advantage that this game has is that since it's based off of real world like things, they don't have to come up with anything. They just gotta make it work. They just gotta fine tune it and make it so Bowser's not overpowered in every contact sport. Make
I
it
mean,
so Bowser's not overpowered in wrestling.
Yeah, or rugby. I will say too, like seeing something like soccer, it seems cool, but also it's like, all right, Super Mario Strikers 3,
Oh my
Mhm.
god, yes.
because
I'm not gonna lie. I may actually pick up this Mario versus Sonic. I'm not gonna lie. If this is something you guys want to see us play live, let us know.
Yeah,
That looks like something that would be fun to play with friends.
Yeah, I would love to do like
Very
a
competitive.
4-player couch co-op. Like this looks insane. And now with like there's like this new story mode as well, where like there's like the exclusive 8-bit challenges. Like I know you had mentioned it earlier where they did like the whole 8-bit thing, but just the fact that they're adding a story now, I don't know, it's kind of cool.
yeah. You know what else seemed like it was like rough around the edges at first, but it might turn out to be a really good game? It's this Demon X Machina.
Dude, Ariana's so
Oh.
hyped for this.
I don't know why every time a trailer comes out, it reminds me more and more of Zone of the Enders, and I loved Zone of the Enders. So like the more I see, the more I'm like, I didn't care in the beginning. Now I'm like, I need.
Well, the opening demo was dog shit.
Oh.
Was absolute dog shit. Like they didn't really explain anything, and like when you got like blown out of your mech, apparently you were supposed to be able to climb into another mech, or even like you have to fight your way through the rest of the mission on your own, which is impossible. So a lot of people just dropped it and let it go. But then when they started like soliciting that feedback, they made all these changes. A second demo came out, and it was like, whoa! And then they also dropped a trailer after that with a second revision, and they actually explained all the revisions. And all of a sudden, and you're right, it looked exactly like Zone of the Enders. I was like,
Multiplayer
figured it
Zone of the
out.
Enders. Multiplayer Zone of the Enders. Also, all the boys look cute as hell. And that's all I need. Me,
Cute boys
these
and
cute
motorcycles.
anime boys. I guess I gotta play.
I'm so old.
I'll go through all the emotional turmoil, she says, because
So
they're
question,
probably all gonna die.
You downloading the demo?
Probably tonight or tomorrow morning I'll download it.
It's free, and it's available now.
I know.
Yeah. Why aren't you downloading it now?
Okay, bye.
No, please
So,
don't
yeah.
go.
It has online
Oh.
and like local co-op in the demo. So if you have 3 other friends,
Ooh.
go try that out. That's actually a pretty cool little feature they added for a demo.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very rare to see on like online on a demo that's, I mean, like on a game that's not super heavy on that.
The next thing that was in the trailer was probably the most bizarre announcement: Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast.
I'm
Looks
sorry.
like,
I need to show the audience this little like flamboyant
The Sailor
Look at
Moon
this-
attack.
Throwing
yeah,
the
look at this. Look at
Moon
this
Tiara
little
magic.
Look at
The
this little
lightsaber.
lightsaber throw. Look at that. Whee! Oh my god. Woo! Like, what is that?
Seriously, the most bizarre announcement, but okay. I mean, it's there.
It exists.
It has
They
such a
didn't-
bizarre name too. Jedi Star Wars Night 2, Jedi the Cast Star Wars.
Yeah, The Jedi outcast of the Star Wars 2 Old Republic.
He was a
Outcast.
knight. He was and then he was an outcast
And then he did
they
this.
were roommates.
bro, and then he
And
has this face. Like, look at that. Jesus.
Yeah, that face from the title screen.
Yeah.
Just like. But yeah, I mean, it's September 24th, which means it falls in this month, which is pretty much the month of death. Half of the games that are coming out this month are going to fail miserably, and it's just because they all decided to have an orgy together. I don't get this release date, but whatever.
Another game releasing later on this month that's not actually on this Nintendo Direct is Code Vein on the 26th. So.
Yep.
So I.
And Greedfall.
Oh yeah, Greedfall.
And The Surge 2. And Gears of War 5.
Oh my god.
And Final Fantasy 8 came out 2 days ago, guys.
Everything. They're just like, take everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
it's just so much. So much has come out.
Astral Chain.
Maddie, I think you had asked me this earlier. I just saw it now as I'm downloading the demo because I've been bullied into it. There is a demo for Dragon Quest.
Oh,
Oh, very nice.
Oh, why aren't you
I heard it
downloading
was
it now?
long.
I have the game.
Why aren't
I
you
own it on
downloading it now?
Steam.
Download
it now. I own it on Steam.
You know what's good to watch during a download? A montage. And that's what came up next in this direct. Honestly, not a whole lot of like wow stuff, but
I don't know. That farming simulator looked a little crazy.
they got the horses in the back. But it was cool to see something like Call of Cthulhu show up. I was like, oh, all right. And then
That looks cool.
Being reminded that the Outer Worlds is actually coming out on the Switch too is pretty cool. And then Devil May Cry 2.
The slow descent with him just attacking the monster just represents everything about Devil May Cry 2. That's all you need to know.
Like honestly, yeah. And then Vampire was like, I think the beginning of what I'm gonna call now the Focus home interactive renaissance. Because all of a sudden it feels like Focus has like evolved from a middling developer into maybe developer of the year, depending on how Greedfall pans out and depending on how Surge pans out, which they're 2 weeks apart on the 10th and the 24th this month, and I kind of want both. But Vampire was last year, I think, or the year before, and then they also had that Plague Tales Innocence or whatever that was called, where it was like pretty much about the rats and stuff, the horde of
rat
rats
pope.
and the plague.
The Rat Pope. That's all
Yeah.
I know from that game is the Rat Pope is a thing.
There was a rat pope, yes, there was.
Delicious rat.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
I would
that was the montage, and now
I
I'm
would,
gonna let you guys.
I was
talk
gonna say
about
I would
Animal
love
Crossing.
Maddie to just take care. Just go, please. Take us to
I love Animal
Okay.
Crossing. I gotta use the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Wow.
That timing.
Wow. No. The show must go on. Please. Please.
Yeah, I feel like for Animal Crossing, a lot of it was kind of just going over a lot of the features that they showed us in the last direct. But there was still a couple things that I caught that I was like, oh my god. And it's like small menial things that I feel like most people are like, and then like Animal Crossing fans like are like,
Yeah.
sound the alarms. There's long skirts. I saw like the little
Oh my
villager
God.
running and the skirt was up to the ankles. I'm like, oh my god, there's more than one length of clothing.
I got so excited at the wind with the trees and like the things are moving. I'm like, oh, it looks so pretty. Please.
I just kept joking about they're like going over the weather systems and I'm like, sometimes rain and then I go, sometimes hurricane.
Only sometimes.
You like walk up to Nook and he's like, yeah, the island's gotta evacuate. There's a hurricane coming. Gotta get out. Bye.
I also love the
Continue.
fact that like you craft your own like everything. I love that. Like
I was just gonna say, craft some plywood for the hurricane.
I just feel like it gives you something to do. You know what I mean? Like in all the other ones, it just felt like, okay, do my upgrades, buy my things, and then go to sleep, change the day, try it again.
Okay,
But
I will say this. Somehow, even with the limited amounts of stuff, I've spent literally hours just trying to beautify the town and like just playing with those limited features. But like, so with the crafting and with like furniture outside,
Oh yeah.
I'm so hyped for the possibilities. Like
Hours. I still
we
remember
don't.
City Folk. City Folk. I think I had like 580 something hours in that game.
Oh,
Like I loved City Folk. Like to a point where like my town, I literally had it gridded. I put like painted on the thing and I would cut every section into like, I cut my whole town into like 6 different sections. And I made sure that every single section had like 6 trees and all that stuff. Just so that I can get like the golden watering can. Like, oh my god.
it's
gonna
like I
spend
need it.
forever. Yeah, like I'm gonna apologize in advance because when this game comes out, like the endless streams that me and Maddie are gonna do on this game.
Yeah, by March 2020, I will have an Elgato. I will definitely like that is a game that I need to stream.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have a bomb ass patio.
Are we all just gonna turn into Animal Crossing streamers? That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna.
So-
This is no longer the Cafecito crew. Welcome to I don't know.
I know what it is.
Animal Crossing.
Oh no, Cafecito
Gaming crew.
Crossing.
No.
Cafecito Crossing.
Oh,
No. This is what
That's
it's
it.
gonna be. We're gonna have you. No. We're gonna have you and Maddie have like these prestigious, beautiful, planned out towns, and then there's gonna be me, the feral child covered in dirt, scrounging around for anything she can get, and being like, "I need all the flower crowns, man. I need them all."
all the garlands.
Yeah, I also
I'm
love
gonna
the
be cutting
fact
down
that
all the
like
trees. I'm gonna be the industry.
You're
Oh,
gonna be the
no.
Walmart.
I also
Neighbor-
love the fact
Neighbor
that
Island Walmart.
you can have up to 8 players in your freaking town, like 8-player co-op. That's insane.
Yes,
I love the little
that's
like
gonna
miles,
be really fun.
the little like miles thing where like you can earn like little bonus things as you play the game. Like
Oh yeah,
it
little
gives you,
thermometer.
I mean, it gives you incentives to like work towards specific things, rather than
Yeah,
just,
that's like in Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say rather than just like mindlessly like just walking around picking up dirt, looking for fossils and stuff like that. Like, in addition to doing that, you have like specific things that you can do every day. It's like daily quests.
I know it's exciting because I know that in the DS one I had a brain fart because you said
Brain
City Folk.
A brain fart.
So now my mind is just thinking of that. But New Leaf, that's the one.
I
New
had a
Leaf
brain
has something
farkle.
similar to that. A farkle.
I had a
But they
brain
have this
farkle.
thing called like cat coupons. And like the cat coupons are kind of like the miles where you do little quests, but the miles looks like they're a lot more extensive because the cat coupons you'd get like 2 daily ones and then 2 weekly ones, but this looks like you can actually like earn a lot more things, almost like a trophy system.
Yeah. Also, too, like those apples give you so much steroids, they're able to just pick up a whole damn tree.
Just
The doctor stays away because he knows he's gonna get his ass beat if he comes
Yeah,
to examine
seriously,
you.
Jesus.
You can uproot the entire tree and then replant it like nothing happens.
It just confirms that your character is god of the universe.
The
In
sniper
Animal
eyes still
Actually-
bother me though.
I actually really like that though, because like it offers like this new level of like customization to your town that you didn't have before. Where now instead of having to like cut down the tree, replant it, wait like a week for the tree to grow back, yeah, I'm just gonna lift it up with my shovel and just
Just shove an apple
The-
into your face and then
yeah, the path building also looks crazy.
Anyone notice that Lucas was like literally sleeping during the group photo on the left?
yes.
yes. He's actually like sleeping, I
Beautiful.
think, throughout the entire trailer.
That bastard. Thinking of my existence.
Son of a
At least in
bitch.
Smash.
I'm looking at the
Oh my
trailer.
God.
Yep. He literally just sleeps. He's like, I will
He's-
not awaken for anything.
It's an island paradise, and his paradise is slumber.
Everybody's like, hey, we need help. We need roads. And he's just,
I rest.
Anybody else thinks it's messed up that the calf is named Angus?
Oh,
not really.
sadly,
it's
most
accurate.
of their names are food
That's-
puns
that's
like
like-
that. I'm
that's
like,
like-
oh.
The chicken, and his name's Nugget. Like,
Yeah, he's
One of
cute.
my favorite octopuses looks like a teppanyaki villager, and I'm like, no, I don't want to eat.
oh my god. There's a pig, his name is Chris P. Bacon.
Oh
No,
god.
it's not. It's not. You do that joke every time you get. I freaking hate it. so
And
much.
I'm gonna keep using it. Look at this man's face. He loved it. He loves that joke.
Mm,
Oh
Dad
my
joke
god.
Supreme. I've never seen a
Goodness.
dragonfly look so good until I saw the zoom in on the dragonfly from this announcement for Xenoblade.
Oh,
I'm
seriously,
confused
yeah.
by this. I'm confused because I think the DLC for 2 is already kind of like done. Like they're done with it. So the tactical release schedule for this series has just been like trash. It's just like I don't know. Too little, too late. Do I still want to come back to this?
I feel like they almost did this on purpose because they're like, well, we're not gonna have a 3 out in any time soon, so just re-release 1, and we're gonna forget that X ever existed. Died on the Wii U. You ended up on that battlefield. Goodbye, sweet prince.
It does look better. I'll give it that.
I saw it and at first I thought it was like a new Xenoblade, but I'm like, it's not polished enough to be new. But I also I was like, wait, is it new? I don't know. Maybe this is like a weird DLC. What's happening?
It's polished compared to what it looked like on the Wii.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But
But-
yeah, I see what you're saying. It doesn't look new enough.
It doesn't look like 2. That was like the thing. I'm like, okay, like, unless it's really cheap DLC, what happened? But yeah, continue. Sorry.
Actually, there's nothing to continue to because that was the direct. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was literally the entire direct.
Sakurai decided to talk about how he uses 2 controllers at the same time to show us what he's doing in the like direct for her Smash, and he took like 3 minutes to explain that. So for the rest of the stream, they would like cut to him as they were cutting to his Banjo Kazooie set list,
Yeah.
and he's like trying to control both at the same time. I was like, this is insane. This man's like God.
A very talented man.
Like, how does he do smash attacks with one hand? Like, really? Holy crap.
Work that C stick.
This is literally him. Like when you find them online, he's like, "Are you prepared?" And then it's just him with one.
Are you ready? And then they did bust out the whole home run derby is back now at the end of this. Like, his moveset's impressive, but I just kind of like wanted to cover like some of the extra features. They added 10 more songs. And this is the first time an American composer is working on the series because it's the Banjo game. He made a blurb about buying the game on Xbox, which was interesting. It was like another one of those partnership quips that they've been like seem to be focused on today. And then he perfected in a 2-stock match against Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong. He kind of like just destroyed both of them, and they were on level 9 apparently. So he's a god.
Yeah,
Straight
for
up.
sure. He
Yeah, I'm
did-
actually seeing that little piece of the direct right now, and he literally is just like, oh, 0%, no big deal. Let me just do this with my eyes closed.
He's like saying all these things like, oh, I have to be extra careful because 2 times the smash attacks that can come at me and blah blah blah, and then just like completely took out both of their stocks already. It's like, oh, okay. And now he says something simple like, oh, this will be simpler now. Yes, it will, Sakurai. It's like, come on. I don't know. I like the stage. I like the character. Like, there's more good stuff, and then it's kind of hard to say anything else until I actually get to play with the character. Which, okay, it's out.
Let me, I just want to add something because I thought about it. Sakurai sends a picture to every Smash player, rate my setup, and it's him with one arm tied behind his back and a blindfold on and no chair.
No, it's this entire setup just on one hand.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. And there was a really cool thing. I think Maddie appreciates it more than most.
Yeah, I feel like that. I made like a face. I was like, oh, we didn't mention it.
The
I like-
crossover me costumes.
I have like multiple feelings. I feel like because I was so when I saw Sans, when I heard that Undertale music, I was like, no, they didn't. They made it like they made the meme like a dream come true. But it's like seeing it is exactly seeing it was like the me Gunner skin. I was like, oh man, you see they couldn't give us the true sans because it would break the game. All semblance of balance in the game would just be over because
They
it
punched
sounds.
everyone in the balls though. They put in a skin for Zero and Proto Man from Mega Man.
Yeah, when I saw Proto Man, I thought of like I have a couple friends that really like them. I was like, oh goodness, this is gonna be interesting.
Like
You know what?
Zero, I've wanted forever in a game like this, and now he's
It's
just
not-
gonna be a skin.
It's not that bad either. Each skin's like 75 cents.
Yeah.
But it's not the same. Like, for example, it wouldn't have hit me as much for like being the Castlevania fan that I am if like Simon was just a skin.
Yeah.
It's not the same as like that and then getting like a character trailer. And I haven't seen the announcement for Sans, but knowing them, they probably did some cheeky shit that made you go, "It's real. He's gonna be in the game. He's the fifth DLC." Oh,
For like half a second, I was like, no. I was like, they didn't. They didn't. And I was like, oh, they did kinda.
Now the only thing is like when you purchase the Sand skin, it also comes with a bonus track of is it Megalovania?
Megalovania
Yeah.
is his theme.
Yeah, if you've ever played that battle, that's why you understand why he can't be just added to the roster. He's not meant to win against.
Well, I mean, they could have added him and just made him fair and balanced, and the joke could have been.
The screen just fills with pellets, like.
The joke could have been that he's not taking it seriously, and then like when he uses his specials, when you get the big like laser beams and everybody's
Exactly.
just
You're like, oh, I see now.
like, I
Can
understand.
you do that thing again?
Listen,
Yeah.
it's because that route is not meant to be
And
played.
did you
I've only
notice that
seen it
every
on
time she does
walkthroughs.
that, her room
Yes.
like changes color?
Yes. No, do it
It's a
faster.
spell.
Do it faster.
No, you see it,
no,
it's lost the
you-
magic now.
You did
The
it like
screen has
4
a red
times,
tint.
and every time you did that, like your screen just like filtered.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was
It
cool.
was a spell.
And then you stopped.
the power of
you
Sans.
you stopped. You talked for a little bit. You did it again, and then it like did it again.
Like I have to
Oh
do this
my
to be
God.
right. I'll be like, if it even wants to work. No, of course
Oh,
not.
I mean, I can show you some magic. Watch this.
Nani?
Nani go there?
I thought she was gonna go. I'm gonna show you some magic. My ass.
Oh, that is truly magic.
Whoa, what do you get when you mix an owl with a bungee cord?
My ass.
Nice.
Dab on
Oh
the
my
incense.
goodness.
True magic. My room is now dark. I am a great magician. My shirt is red. There we go.
Oh my
Big old
goodness.
scarf.
All my colors look the same except for this like sun. But yeah, that was the direct. I guess really quick if you want, like, how was your guys' weeks? What have you been playing?
I mean, wow, what just happened to like Ariana? Jesus.
I had
I like-
more flashbacks to what I've been playing.
When the popcorn is like going off in the microwave.
Mine too. I feel like my mind was like rebooting in that instant.
Oh man. At least for me,
My
I've
Windows
just been in
98
I've just been playing a lot of like Overcooked with like Mike, our special guest. And I'm just surprised like how quickly we're going through the game. Like we're already on the second to last like stage and we're 3-starring everything. So the only
It's
thing
been
left
fun
is
to
like
watch.
the DLC. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a pretty impressive run. It's pretty much, it doubles as like a technique or a how-to 3-star run.
Almost. Yeah, I guess so. Except for the fact that like me and Mike are constantly
This
yelling at each other.
screaming.
Yeah.
That's a part of the 3-starring. That's how you assure that you get the 3-star.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
It's like a real kitchen.
You're Gordon Ramsay.
Right. Where's the plate?
This rice is overcooked!
It's like, oh, well, the
Ah,
oven's on
yeah.
fire now. We just watch it burn.
Oh my, yeah, that was there was like one level that literally happened where like we got stuck in a section and we're like, well, we're just gonna watch it burn now. Restart. Oh my god.
Well, for me, I've been struggling in Rocket League, and I started playing the practice tutorial stuff. So Rocket League is one of those games that has a massive community on Steam that have made all sorts of training programs, including one for dribbling, where if the ball goes through the floor, you have to start over. And I've only gotten to like level 12, and I've already watched like professionals go through it, and they can finish it in like 37 minutes. I'm not ever anticipating getting to that point, but hopefully I can finish it one day. I actually got stuck the first time, and I got to like level 5, and tonight before starting to prep, I got to level 12. So improvement.
Wow.
That is a big improvement.
And then Astral Chain, yeah, buy that game.
I haven't gotten it yet because I need to finish the other like 4 games I'm playing.
It's just like buy that damn game because it started so strong. Like there's already a massive sacrifice that happens, and there's a lot of emotion already, a lot of coolness, and like scenes I didn't really anticipate to like feel or experience that early on. It almost feels like they know if you're buying this game that you're a Nier Automata fan, and so they're kind of like, all right, we got you.
Here's your feelings.
Yeah, here's your feelings and here's some action.
Right? You like Nier Automata? You like JoJo?
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
literally
like the mic
You
hit.
like Evangelion?
right. Ignore the mic hit.
No, it went perfectly because it sounded like the noise of them fusing. Like it went.
Oh yeah.
Wah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in that. So
Yeah.
and then so Gears comes out and we'll be streaming that on Friday night.
Yeah, Miss Ari, since she's watching. Yeah, if you're a huge Nier Automata fan like Ariana and I are, and Mike and Migs too, you need to play Astral Chain. It's damn good. Like they did the story justice.
Oof. I must play.
Super legitimate.
Legitimate.
Super legitimate.
Oh, and sorry, 2 more things. So, The Expanse, please watch. It's like I got to this point in season 2 where like girlfriend and I just tears, crying, amazing, incredible, and The Dark Crystal, that prequel.
I heard that that's good.
Watch at least the first episode, see what you think, see if the puppets turn you off.
Dude, I was gonna say I saw the trailer. The puppets look a little funky.
But the trailer looked funky, but then this has a strange thing where the cinematography is so good, you're not thinking about the puppets anymore. I don't know how they did that. They have cinematography on par with like Lord of the Ring. And
Really?
there's puppets there. But then also like there's so many puppets on the screen in some of these group or crowd scenes where they're walking through a town or through a city that you kind of just fall into the immersion. And the voice cast. So Mark Hamill's in that, Lena Headley's in it. God, what's his name? Never mind. But the fact is, there's Game of Thrones. There's actually Miss Sunday's in it too.
My Sunday.
My Sunday.
Miss
So you know, it's like the one thing. Like I saw the trailer and I know it was supposed to be for Dark Crystal, but you know what? It just kept like reminding me. Have you ever watched like this really old show called Dinosaurs, or like the last Dinosaurs, and it was on puppets? Like, dude, the little kid like in the high chair just going. That's what just kept like going and repeating in my mind when I was watching the trailers because the puppets remind me of them.
Oh, even the main character, his name is Rian. He's played by Taron Egerton. He's the guy from oh god, I'm just blanking out right now. Sorry. He is from the Kingsman. He's the main character from the Kingsman. So if you like that series, you like him. You'll like him. He's in it. Like they do a good job of like mixing the puppets with some fantastical settings and honestly a really good story and a very telling story where like it's very on parallel with a lot of things that are around with the present world that we live in. So there's a little bit of like that type of commentary in there too, like a social commentary that's interesting.
That's crazy.
That was my week.
Go ahead, Maddie, because I have a long rant.
Okay.
Oh
I'm
god.
prepared.
Rant.
Oh god, the rant.
if I talk, you know it's gonna be a rant. That's why. So go.
I feel like for me, I've actually been watching a lot of stuff and even doing stuff too, because it's actually been pretty eventful. Because over the weekend I did get to go to Otaku Fest, Florida, which was really fun. It was an anime con and I did get to cosplay both days, and I actually did like a professional photo shoot and everything. So I'm super excited to see how those pictures come out, because that was my first time doing something like that, and it was kind of like breaking out of my shell, but I feel like I did pretty good. I was seeing the previews and I'm excited to see how it turns out.
The cosplay looked amazing.
Thank you. It was Toga from My Hero Academia. I had a couple friends that also did. They did like gender bend versions of Miss Joke and Aizawa. So that was really fun. And then I also have been watching a ton of shows and playing. I feel like I'm still trying to finish Fire Emblem. Still playing some Dead by Daylight because I'm excited for that Demogorgon that's probably coming out in October-ish. And then Minecraft, I've been streaming that. I've been having fun with that. And then, I was like, there's one game that I don't want to forget mentioning because it's really good and I want to play it with you guys. It's called Heave Ho, and it's on the Switch. I know I made you play it on the break the other day. That game is incredible. It's like,
really fun.
it's so
really
simple of a concept, but it's so fun and it's so like team reliant, I feel like. And it's something that you can have fun with for like hours and just like laugh and cry at all the deaths that you'll go through because they will be plentiful.
Oh,
But I
for
definitely
sure.
want to play that with
For
you guys.
sure. I was so sad because like she showed me the game on a 15, and so I'm on my break. I'm like, I don't want to leave. It was so much fun. And the character.
I think it's up to 4 of us that could play.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much character customization you actually get in that little game.
Yeah, and I've unlocked even more stuff, so I'm just like, ooh, I'm gonna soup up my little head with arms.
I still can't believe it's only like $10. It's such a
Yeah,
steal.
it's a really good investment. I highly recommend it. I know I saw like Node play it on their channel, and that's what made me want to play it, and I really liked it. And then the last thing I did was watch the Steven Universe movie, which was amazing. I was so like, I was waiting for it forever, and I haven't watched basic cable in ages, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna brave the commercials for Steven Universe, and then it was commercial free, and I was like, incredible.
Yep.
It was really good. I loved like how musical it was, and it really just like touched my heart and soul, and I've been listening to the songs on repeat. So I think it's been a fantastic week for me.
Yeah.
That movie touched my heart immediately, like at the start, because they have like a reference to Sleeping Beauty, which is my favorite Disney movie. Straight up, that's my favorite Disney movie. So when I saw that, I was like, you can't do this to me.
It was beautiful.
You can't. Like, I almost teared up just from like the reference. I'm like, you can't do this. You can't hit me there. That's the weak spot in my heart.
The feels.
Yeah, but my week, honestly, like, we played a little bit more Final Fantasy, me and Gio, which I was super excited for, and then we kind of had to stop because leveling is a thing. We're almost there, so we can continue soon, hopefully, but...
Yeah, we're almost 75, so we can already start the next quest.
Yeah, it's made me so sad that we got blocked. We were, like, in such a good groove.
I know, and also, too, we were like, you know, that day we were like, well, since we hadn't played in such a long time, we were going to go for, like, 2 hours straight. And then I read at, like, the hour 20 mark, it was like, oh, cock blocked.
Yeah, and we were, like, we were halfway to leveling, and we're like, we're not gonna, we're just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I've been playing, I don't know, I guess, like, this is gonna be weird. I've had, like, this itch to play Harvest Moon. So I went back and I started playing Harvest Moon Animal Parade on the Wii, my favorite Harvest Moon, and just, I fell into a very deep hole about farming, and I don't know what it is about Animal Parade specifically, where I play it and I'm like, I have to optimize my money making, and so I'm making like sheets for myself of like what I need to plant. It's like, okay, in summertime I need to be making sure I'm planting all of the lettuce. During this season I need to make sure I plant all these flowers, all this, all that. Need to make as much money as possible.
Yeah.
I need to make sure I'm going to all these villages.
And that's why we don't play Machikoro anymore.
And yeah, that's where it comes from. A Harvest Moon, you can blame for that, because I love Harvest Moon with all my heart. I also started playing a little bit of Stardew with a friend in co-op. He hasn't noticed, and I know he doesn't watch podcast videos, so I can get away with this. I put the farm that we start on to spawn monsters at night, and he's so confused because he's like, "That's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know how that's happening," and I'm just sitting here watching monsters spawn and him freaking out, and me and him just fighting things with our little like scythe, like, get away back, get away from us.
Don't take my crops.
Crops. Every time we've woken up, there's been a crow stealing our crops, and we're so pissed. It's happened
Oh my
twice in a row
God.
already, and we're like, I'm gonna fight this bird. I'm gonna
I
punch
love
this bird
Stardew.
at you. But yeah, outside of that, I fell into a deep anime hole with Geo. Outside of keeping up with the regular stuff, Fire Force, which was super good last week. Demon Slayer, which was super good last week. If you're not watching Demon Slayer, please watch Demon Slayer. It's incredible.
Dude,
10 out of 10.
all the anime this week was insane.
One Piece
all of
was
it.
amazing, which I can't talk about because I don't want to spoil it for you, Maddie. But
I'm on like episode 40.
yeah, it's fine. You'll get there eventually. Keep trucking.
Keep on trucking.
Okay. But yeah, all the anime last week was really good. But we started a new one called All Out. Now, All Out was a show I
Oh
initially
my
wanted to
God,
watch
yes.
when it came out.
Rugby?
But
Yes.
yeah, but here's the deal. We saw the designs, and at the time we were watching a whole bunch of other anime, and we're like, this looks stupid. Let's not watch it. We came back to it. I made a
That
mistake.
shit's so good.
It's so good. It's
so
as
good.
hype. Look, if you like sports anime, you probably like an anime called Haiku. Now, this is just as hype as Haiku, and that's high praise because Haiku's like the pinnacle to me of sports anime.
I think when Haiku came out, Haiku became like the standard. Like if you couldn't hit like that level of hype and that much like character like emotion, then it wasn't considered like a good sports anime. All Out, like, I feel like touches Haiku, and I feel like in some aspects it actually surpasses it.
I'm actually interested to hear that now, but that'll be a rant for after. But
Oh my God.
the thing is, I will say, like, if you're looking for like the deep, like, this is the boys, these are my sons, like, I don't think All Out delivers on that as well as Hype Q. It just doesn't, and I think it just comes down to, with Hype Q, every single last character is lovable, so you're instantly like, I love all of these characters. Here they tend to focus more on a select few, a handful, and I think it comes down to the team is also bigger. Also, it is, like, rugby's basically football. Like, I know there's differences, but just follow me here. It's basically football, which means you just have dudes literally slamming into each other, knocking people out, whereas Haiku, like, the hype moments are when they go for the ball to, like, smack it down and get all these cool, quick attacks in. Here, it's just like, I am going to stop you from tackling, and you get this like JoJo like zoom in of their faces and like the steam coming out of their mouth, and you're just like, what the fuck? This is so cool. All Out's great. Watch All Out, and that's it. That was my rant. It was the All Out rant. Was what I needed.
The All Out rant.
You really went all out on that one.
Wow. Touche, sir. That was fantastic.
All right, so that's the episode. If you like the episode, please like, comment, subscribe to our channels on Twitch and YouTube's, and here on Facebook too. And yeah, we'll see you next time, guys.
Yeah, thanks you
And
guys
look
for
forward
watching.
to all those games on the direct that we'll be playing soon.
Okay, guys, we're gonna end this with a high five in the corner.
Oh yeah, I gotta go this way. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're on the bottom.
Yeah.
Keep going on the bottom, on the corner. Other corner. Other corner. Mic. Yeah, buddy.
JoJo pose.
The stupidity's over. Night, guys.
Bye.
Flavor Town.
Bye. No flavor time.